So this morning I traded a scalp dots trade off the all-time highs. I posted that video from beginning of the trade to end of trade at the Grid Algo YouTube channel on one of my accounts. On the other account, I did mom signal trade. I caught the short. We had a secondary short, a third short. The additional shorts didn't fire off because I was in my original trade and I got my daily profit objective and closed down for the day. Later in the day, I did notice we came all the way back up, made a new high, and I entered a scalp dots trade with a very small amount of position size. Wrote it down a bit, then got near the end of the trade day, flattened that position. I put back the position on, I actually put back on 5 micros, put the position back on. We're selling off a bit more, so we're continuing the original move. I've taken off 2 contracts, and I'm going to leave 3 on basically until we come up and I hit where I have my break-even stop, or we get to a little over 700 and I'll just flatten it. So if we just were to keep selling off, we get anywhere above 700, whether it's Asian session or whenever, I'll flatten and call it a day for that trade, and then be ready to trade tomorrow. So if you have any questions on the Algo IQ program, where you get the SuperBands and an ability to also trade with the AIQ1 indicator, where we have our momentum burst signals, but also you can use that same indicator to do super dots trading, which I've been, or scalp dots trading, which I've been showcasing in a few videos past couple of days. I'll go show you that next. Let's take a look at the scalp dots chart. Okay, on the scalp dots chart, we came back up above the prior high. So we had a level sweep into end of day. So, all-time high, pullback, level sweep, all-time high, so on. This morning, though, we were all-time high, and I got a scalp dot, and I filmed that trade till I got to my daily profit objective through the U.S. cash session open a bit after that, and then I was done. Later in the day, I noticed, oh, we're back up to highs. I'm going to wait. We got a scalp dots. I put on just 3 MNQs, got in the trade. It sold off a little bit. We got to the close. Then after the 1 hour, session break on Globex, we reopened. I put on 5. We've traded down a bit. I've taken off 2, and I'm holding 3 positions, which you just saw on the other chart. So I'm in another scalp dots trade, mainly because we have new all-time highs, or we did in the late afternoon, and we just had a key level sweep off the prior all-time highs. So I like that kind of setup. If we would have been outside the bands again, I would have put on a lot more position size. I probably would have put on a 7 MNQ for a 150K account. Okay, so this is the scalp dot trading approach. I've showcased that in a few videos recently. With the AIQ1 indicator, that the smooth hybrid Heikinashi, where I took a very unique smooth Heikinashi I've had for years in my institutional FX trading. I took the math out of it, put in all new math to build the AIQ1 indicator. The AIQ1 indicator gives us the ability in one mode to see the momentum burst signals. In another mode, we can see these scalp dots, and in another mode, we have reversal vertical line signals. So all these indicators that are part of the Algo IQ program all have outputs. So you can use the dots, the line segment, everything's at a bar close. So if you have a new little line segment at a bar close, whether it's mid band of the main bands, the lower part of the main bands, or upper, or the main bands on the, or not the main bands, but the upper and lower bands on the fast band, every part of the indicator is an output that you can use with third-party tools. And I get emails all the time from people in my group that use third-party tools showing me all the cool setups. And a lot of them lately have been showing me, hey, Chris, I'm doing a scalp dots trade where I'm basically trading, from market comes down, I get a dot, I get in a long. Market goes up, I get a dot, the long goes flat. Now I'm short. I do that till I get to daily goal, and then I'm done. I'm like, yep, You can absolutely do that with optimized charts. And with these tools, we give you a wide range of adjustability. So on the AIQ1 indicator, you can adjust the period, how responsive it is to price. The MA1 math, that is really unique math that I found from quant websites, HF quant guys, where I'm always kind of paying attention to what kind of math they're using and the tools they're building for their hedge fund stuff, where they're collaborating and sharing ideas. And then we give you another moving average type that's, again, super unique. And then we even have some endpoint step size smoothing of a unique type. So you can really dial in these tools to use them in a wide range of ways, depending on what your programming style is or your trading style is. Now, another reason why I'm so big on the SuperBands is back in the day, in the very beginning, when I first started trading institutional FX. I've been doing that for 9 years, trading, building systems fully automated that trade 12 to 16 instrument portfolios in the FX market. So trading like 8 FX pairs and 4 CFDs, that would be a 12 instrument portfolio, or trading 12 FX pairs and 4 CFDs for a 16 instrument portfolio. And I'll show you how easy it is, how we trade that fully automated on optimized settings on platforms that have the ability to do portfolio optimization. And for instance, I've been talking about TickBlaze because we're getting ready to launch all the tools there. TickBlaze has beautiful portfolio optimization. So a person that wants to run their own fund, an FX or a crypto fund, you don't need to go use some like algo trader $25,000 a year license. You can go use TickBlaze and do the same thing. So how we trade institutional FX on a reversal signal outside the main bands, take off a portion of the position at breach of mid-band. Any sort of reversal long signal outside the bands, we flatten the shorts across 12 or 16 instrument portfolios, all doing the exact same thing. Then we're long. First press through the mid-band, take a portion of the position off. First reversal signal outside the main bands, we're flat in all longs. Now we're short. Get another extension, rotation, we're short again. First breach of mid-band, portion of both those entries comes off. Come back up above the main bands, we're short again. Come back down, take a portion of that position off. Trade through and get a reversal signal to go long. All prior short positions are covered. The remaining portion, now we're long. Trade through the mid-band, portion of that long trade comes off. All the way up here, we get an excursion outside the upper main bands, the remaining longs come off. I can do this in my sleep with a not that difficult automated system and do 7 to 9% like clockwork with an optimized portfolio and an equity curve that looks fake month after month. You'll have no losing weeks. You'll have no losing months. Trade it super conservative and just go for 7 to 9% a month. I can do it with a crypto portfolio and make even more than that because the average daily range in crypto pairs is more than any sort of FX pair or CFD. So that's done on a platform through fixed protocol, talking to tier 1 liquidity providers for institutional clients. Been doing that FX stuff for 9 years. That's why I eat, sleep, and breathe these SuperBands. I first built a set of bands like this way back in the day when it was the TMA indicator craze. Now, TMA bands, they repaint. That's the street term. The actual proper term is recalculate. I could do this. I could do really well with repainting TMA bands, but you got to have them on optimized settings. Looking at 3-year period of time to 10-year period of time, instrument by instrument portfolio, and you can do pretty damn good returns. So back then I'm like, well, I want these bands, but I want ones that don't repaint or recalculate. So I built what's called adaptive price bands. And now from 2008 to 2025, this is my seventh evolution of those adaptive price bands. And they work wondrous for that kind of trading. Just beautiful for, what I would call more a systematic swing trading approach. And with a platform like TickBlaze, I can take that automation, build 8 instrument, 10 instrument, 12, 14, whatever instrument portfolios in FX, and say, hey, I want my bias to be maximum return month to month, or I want my bias to be what gives me the most smoothest equity curve. Because the smoother the equity curve, the more size you can trade size on that because it's very stable. So anyhow, I'm really looking forward to the TickBlaze platform and getting all the tools on it, because now I can go use that portfolio optimization engine that it has to really come up with some new additional ways to enhance what I'm already doing on a different, more institutional platform that's kind of overly complicated, where TickBlaze is not, and it can do the same thing. So this approach has a lot of power in it. You just got to have the right type of bands, which we have. The SuperBands are adaptive price bands. They are not TMA bands. I can still use TMA bands that repaint and still run a FX portfolio, but this style of bands built to not recalculate or repaint in the way that a TMA would are even more precise. These are precise at a level probably 50% more accurate than trying to build a portfolio with a repainting set of TMA bands. So anyhow, there you go. Just wanted to go over. We had a scalp dot trade. I worked it since we made new all-time highs, had a level sweep end of the trade day on Monday, and still in some of that trade. So I have kind of a range of videos up now on the scalp dots because I've been getting a lot of questions on it. Traders want to see, hey, how do I set this up? So there you have it. The Algo IQ program, we have it on NT8, Quantower, and huge TickBlaze rollout on deck, working with individuals within the TickBlaze company. And we're going to really do some special stuff on that TickBlaze platform because of all of its beautiful capabilities. That's a special platform for the very sophisticated multi-asset class trader. Remember, on TickBlaze, you can trade not just futures, you can trade crypto, you can trade FX and other markets. So if you have any questions on the system tools, you can just take a look at algo-iq.com. If you need pricing on what's going to be set for the TickBlaze program, in the interim, you can just email me at info@grid, GRIDALGO. So gridalgo.com. I'll let you know. I'll talk to the TickBlaze side and see what the pricing is going to be for the TickBlaze platform access on deck. There'll be some big announcements of that launch here coming into either Wednesday or Thursday. And as we're getting ready to roll out the initial tools for that platform. So there you have it. Wanted to go over a range of items that I've been getting lots of emails on. Been getting questions. Hey, how do you trade? I've heard you talking about the institutional FX. So I figured I'd show you one of the ways that we trade our portfolio with a pretty simple approach. It's not that complicated. So there you have it. Have a great evening, and we'll hit these markets again tomorrow and see what we get. Talk to y'all later.